Hey female experts, my name is Meg Juma and welcome to my channel. So this is season 1 episode 1, and in this specific video I will be starting off with sharing with you how I actually got to build my own career. So if you're a female expert and you're looking for a place whereby you can have tools and reliable information on how to develop your career, make sure you subscribe to this channel because I'll be sharing lots of that every single week. Alright, so let's get into our first video. I'm going to be using a series of questions that will be guiding me in interviewing me on my own journey on career development. So let's get into it. So who is Meg Juma? What do I do and what does my career mean to me? I am a career development coach and I do have a background in social work, and I'm also in training to become a CPCC. What I do is actually help women to monetize their skill sets, and my career for me is an execution of my life purpose. It's something that is very important to me because I see in every coaching session I'm actually liberating purposeful possibilities on what could be actually possible for another woman. My career to me is also a tool of mastery because I truly love how I've been able to use all my professional competence in order to bring a solution that is very unique to this world. Not only that, but my career for me is also a tool of financial independence. I'll be speaking more in this platform on what financial independence actually does mean to me and many other women when it comes to women, work and wealth. Are you in your dream career? And if so, how did you know it was your dream career? For me, I think the biggest clue was the woman I became in my career. I feel like I always dreamt and envisioned being this woman, but I just didn't even know that when I actually started becoming her also. You know the way you always have this glimpse in your head of like, wait, I feel like I've lived this before, or I used to envision this or something of the sort. That's how I feel about my career. For me, I actually knew that this was it for me in terms of what it also gives me. Every time I come out of a session, I'm so satisfied. Every time I have to do something to do with my business, my work, my career, it just fills me. And also the impact that I see that I make in this world is just very fulfilling. There's nothing that can ever be. Do you have a career myth that you did struggle with on your career path, and how did you overcome? As a career development coach, most of the times you might think that it was a smooth path for me, but I did have a very huge career myth. And my myth was female careers are just meant for you to, have your own money. That was what I thought. It's just for you to have your own money. But the problem is, if you think your career is to help you just have your own money, any money is okay. I never saw my career as a tool of building wealth, so I was very much comfortable just having something to have my own money. And how I actually overcame it is, I remember I was asking myself a bit of questions on why am I stuck on this level? Why can't I get those things that I know that I really want to get? And I realized that I was stuck on that level because I was keeping myself there, or that I had a belief that was actually supporting the level that I was on. I never even used to say it as anything, but I used to just say like, oh, okay, I'll have my own money as long as I just can afford the basics and all that. That's okay. And then I'll one day get married or something of the sort, and then I'll have someone provide all these things for me. I think I realized this probably when I was around 26 or so, that you know what, Prince Charming is not coming, so you better make money with your own career if you're ever gonna live that dream life that you really want. So it's when I realized that I had this belief on, my career is just for anything, like just having money for surviving but not necessarily building wealth. And that shifted for me a lot. My strategies around my career, everything shifted when I realized, oh my god, I can actually make lots of money with my skill sets. I've just been limiting myself simply because of what I believe my career functions or something of the sort. What career goals do you have that you're currently working on? One of my biggest career goals, especially this year in 2024, is to really put everything from my head into paper, documenting everything. If it's paper, if it's recording or anything of the sort. I feel I have been blessed to have a very successful career as a career development coach, and I end up knowing a lot of information, but I feel it's still in my head. So one of my main career goals is to really document a lot of video courses, a lot of YouTube platforms, a lot of channels that will allow me to actually be able to share that knowledge with many other people. So how do you know the difference between when you are successful and when you aren't? That's a very good question. I know I'm a coach and I said these questions, but okay. When I'm successful, I am myself. And myself is just this state of joy, this state of, contentment, satisfaction. This state of feeling empty in terms of I don't have anything bothering me. I'm just floating kind of. And for me, for a very long time, whenever I give something my best, I feel that emptiness. And I always know I'm successful is because there's a sense of grounding and reassurance that is just within. Whenever I do a project and I know, I've really given it my best. And for me, that's always success. So I don't believe that success is anything that is non-grounding, whatever it's cars, clothes, all the things, money in the bank and other things. If it makes me lose my grounding, then I don't think I'm successful. I think success is meant to be sober, you to actually live it, you to actually be in alignment with who you really are. So the closer I move to myself, the closer I evolve as a self, the more successful I feel. And the farther I am from who I really am, and the more closed down I feel, the more not successful I feel. When do you always know that it's time to pivot in your career? When I am bored. I love what I do, but if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, it can become very monotonous. So I know whenever I have mastered an area, it's just flowing, there's nothing new to learn in that space, just a bit of polishing, and so I tend to get bored. And for that reason, it always gives me a need to know, okay, it's time to pivot, it's time to explore a new path, or it's time to actually take it to the new level. I could actually be doing the same thing but in a new angle, or bringing in new resources or something of the sort, but it's just time to pivot, And it's also that restlessness sometimes that I feel inside, and I know I have so much that I want to give. Also lets me know, what, you're sitting on a lot, it's just boiling up, so it's time to also pivot. So those two are actually my clues when I need to pivot in my career. What is my one signature ritual that allows me to stay on top of my work performance? I am a huge fan of rituals, and it is something that I'll also be sharing more because the whole of last year I was working on a new program that is all about rituals and work performance, and I feel like without rituals you just can't master it or even maintain the same level in your career. Mine is a set of rituals, not just one ritual, but I don't think I can make it without my set of morning ritual, which is running in the morning and then having time to read, and then having time to stay on my desk and create and go in my head, and then doing my gratitude journal. That just blows my mind. I love that ritual, and I feel it's what really helps me to create, go within, connect, push boundaries, engage, produce. I love it. How confident are you with generating wealth as a female expert through your skill set? It took me years to actually get comfortable with this, but I'm very comfortable with this before. I used to be having a lot of beliefs of, oh, what if I'm too successful and then I don't find a husband? I'm laughing in my head because, it's a major concern, like, and then I don't find a husband, and then I have to minimize my success around someone else. So, but I got really to realize, what, I can't live my life expecting this and that. I'm very much comfortable generating wealth with my career right now, which took me a long time to actually say that I'm comfortable with it, and I'm comfortable just working towards my rich life in my own version, building wealth, generating wealth. I'm very comfortable around it, and not just comfortable but putting in measures to ensure that that is being created in my career. It's a priority actually. What do you want to be counted on to actualize in this world? If there's anything that you guys can count on me on, is changing how women work and show up. And I really want to be counted on everything to do with women economic empowerment. I feel it's a topic that I would love to really change how we see women economic empowerment, the role it plays in our gender, in our workplaces, how we show up. I just want to be counted in shifting that, because there's a lot of gender limitations that we have towards building our own careers, and I love to redefine what's possible for women in the workplace. So what is your favorite fashion brand for workwear? Yes, I put this question because I love fashion, and here's the thing, I know I don't have one specific favorite one because I have a series of favorite ones, so I'm gonna just share my top 3 for workwear. So if we're doing on a mid-range level, I still like Banana Republic. They just do me a good job. I love Sandro. They just do me a good job when it comes to my wardrobe. And I know I have other stories they used to do me a very good job when it comes to my workwear and wardrobe and all that. So those three are my go-to brands at any point, and then mix with a high and low kind of touch. But yeah, that's who I am, and thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned for another episode that I'll be sharing next week.